Hello friends, as part of virtualization using Oracle VM technology, so far we have seen how to access a host using integrated Lightsoft Manager, and then how to launch console, and then we also seen how to set up Oracle VM server on a new host. In our case it is ILVM SRV2. So today we will see how we can actually access the storage. Okay. So for that we need to log into the host first. So I'm logging into the host, and I need to enter the password, and now I'm in the host. Now if I run fdisk -l command, which will show you all the hard disks on this host, you don't see anything here. But now I'm getting into the second host, which is ILVM SRV1, and if you see here, uh, and if I run fdisk -l, I am seeing bunch of hard disks, not just three. The reason is, I will explain it to you by taking into storage. We have 20 hard disks in the storage. I have shown this you earlier as well. It's a web interface for storage servers. And then if you click on shares, there are a bunch of LUNs which are created. LUNs are nothing but mountable hard disks, mountable virtual disks, which can be mounted to any servers over the network, and you can mount them as regular hard disks on the VMs which we create. So before we can create virtual machines using this, first we need to configure in such a way that they're accessible to the hosts. The way you can actually connect the storage using storage to hosts is by the concept of ports. So to get into the ports, you have to click on maintenance, and you have to click on configuration, and you have to click on SAN. And here you can see ports and initiators. So to enable storage on the second host, we have to actually get into the initiators, and we have to make sure that the ports are already connected, and then you have to associate with a pool. So VM servers is nothing but a storage pool. It's a name created by us when we actually connected the storage to the first host. Now we are adding the second host. So you can click on this edit entry, and it will automatically visible in once you add it on the left side, they will be automatically visible on over there. And as we want to add these things to the new host, we have to check them, and we have to click OK. So and then we have to click apply. Only then it will be saved. Until then it will not be saved. Now the storage which is in storage servers is officially connected with the second host as well. Still, if we run fdisk -l, you will not see those hard disks directly here. For that, you have to install something called ZFS connector, and once the ZFS connector is installed, you have to reboot the server, and then you will see the all the hard disks even here, all the LUNs or hard disks, even virtual hard disks even here. So let me show you what needs to be set up on the second host to see all the LUNs. So we have already taken care on the first host. So this is one, this is the plugin which you need to install, plugin or connector which you need to install on the first host. So I have to copy it. So I have already done that, so I will show you. So here I ran scp command to connect to the first host and copy the zip file, and once it is done, I have unzipped the file, and then I have gone to the OVM 3.1.x and OVM 3.2.x, because we are setting up for 3.2.x. we have to go into the directory, and you can see this file, and then you have to run rpm minus ivh and the file name, and it will install the connector. And now we also connected the ports using the storage. So what you have to do is we have to restart the server. So now I ran init 6 on the second host. Now it will be rebooted. So you might wonder, earlier we have used console to set up Oracle VM Server 3.2.8 on the host. Now we are using Cygwin. Why? Because once the server is started with IP, and once you can access over network and SSH is configured, you don't need to launch console anymore. You can just use regular SSH tools like PuTTY or Cygwin or any other SSH tools, and you can manage the host. You don't need to go to console unless you want to do some maintenance activities on the host without connecting using SSH. For example, if you want to upgrade the software, then you will not be able to do it via Cygwin or PuTTY. And also, as we have restarted the server, you might be curious about what is going on the server. For that, again, you can go to ILOM as we have done earlier, and you can go to remote control redirection and click on launch console, or even in the summary page there is a button for remote console. You just have to click on the launch, and then it will download the JNLP file, and it will bring up the console for you, and you can see the progress of what is going on behind the doors. So now console is launched, and now it is starting all the process on the host. So it will take a while, so we will see. Yeah, as now I will pause it for a while until it is done, and we will see it again. So the process is running because it seems to be connecting to the storage devices or LUNs or virtual hard disks. It will take a little bit more time, and I am pausing it until it is done. So it is started, and now we can connect to the second host. Let me enter the password. Okay, now you can run fdisk-l command, and you can see the difference. Now you can see most of the hard disks here, and now we will be able to add the second host to the Oracle VM Manager. So let me go to the Oracle VM Manager now. So now we have the server Oracle VM server running on ILVM SRv2, and we have to click on servers and VMs, and we have to expand it, and we want to add a new server. So it's we should not click on create server pool or create VNICs or create virtual machine. I think we have to go for this one, which is discover servers. So here we have to give the port number. So by default, when you set up Oracle VM server, VM agent also will be running, and you can validate it by running ps -es grep ovs agent. 1 minute. I can validate OVS agent status. Yeah, so you can run this command service OVS agent status, and it will show you whether it is running or not. It has to be running before you add the uh, second host to the pool. Okay, so we have to give the password here. So if you remember, when we actually set up the Oracle VM server on this host, it has asked to enter and confirm password twice. One is for OVS agent, and second is for root. So whatever password you have given at the time of setting at that time when it asks for OVS agent password, you have to enter it here, and then you have to give the IP address. So let me pause it here. So now the server would have been added here. So you can see ILVM SRV2 here. I have given the actual physical IP address. You have to give the physical IP address, and you can see at the bottom. You will see at the bottom whether it is successful or not. Most likely, if you follow my steps, you will be successful. Now you can drag and drop into this one, and then it will take a little while, and then it will be added. Okay, it is still running. It will take a little while to add itself. So it's almost it's already been 2 to 3 minutes, but it is still being added, so it will take a while. Yes, now it is added. Okay, so this is how you can actually add a new host to the server pool. So far what we have done, we have is we have seen ILOM, where you can leverage it to remotely control the physical host without being physically present in the data center. You can use integrated lights out manager, and you can launch remote console, and you can connect ISO image with Oracle VM server with right version. In our case it's 3.2.8, and we have set up the server on that, which includes the agent. And once it is done, we have connected the storage to the second host by going to storage management web interface, and then we have connected using a concept called ports. And after that we have gone to ILVM SRV2, which is a new host that is connected with the storage, and we have installed ZFS plugin. So whatever you have to choose the plugin based upon the storage you are using. In our case, we are using Oracle ZFS storage, so we have installed Oracle ZFS plugin. And then what we have done is we actually rebooted the server, and we ran fdisk-l command to make sure all the storage is mounted on the second server also. And then we have added the second server by providing the agent port, agent password, and the IP address. And by default it is added to unassigned servers, and then we just drag and drop into the server pool. Now you can see both the servers in the server pool. I hope you are enjoying the series so far. So in the next video we will see how we can actually start leverage this infrastructure, and then start creating the virtual machines. Thank you. Bye.